Well, damn. Let's see what we got. Somebody's wearing a wire. There was a legal contract that was signed. They're losing sleep. They was making false reports. They're turning themselves in. So this could be right here with the wire. Okay, so nervous, anxiety, and stress, and losing sleep. So they're definitely stressed about something. Spiritual court is now in session. Okay, let's begin. Let me pull from another deck and clarify. Why are they losing sleep? Why are they so scared, you know? Or why they got this anxiety, this stress? What's going on with that? What they're nervous about? Sudden awareness, acceptance, withdrawal, okay, retreat. So they was planning something. We have also discovery. So sudden awareness and discovery. They was planning something out. They thought it was going to work. They wanted to take this opportunity to do something, and now they're regretting it. What's at the bottom of the deck? A Queen of Cups. So this is you, collective. They did something to you. Queen or King of Cups in the upright. What is it that they did, Holy Spirit, that they are regretting? What was they planning here? Oh, we got a King of Coins. So this is a karmic masculine, someone who's greedy, as you can see here, possessive. It says they are ruled by materialism, hasty, miserly, disloyal, jealous, stubborn, ungrounded. So they was planning to do something to you. Let's see what it is. Bottom of the deck. Okay, so, okay. Not only did they plan it, they took action, because this is you not receiving your inheritance. See, in the upright is giving someone something, or giving two people something. You see, this is the, like maybe there's a will here and they were supposed to give you something and give somebody else something. You see the justice scale here. They didn't tell you. They didn't tell you. They didn't give you what you were supposed to get. This is a karmic masculine that we have here. All right. So they're regretting this. That's why we have that they're scared, that they're nervous, they're having anxiety and stress. And they're losing sleep. Okay? Because they know that this is going to end up getting them locked up. They're going to go to prison. Give me one more as to why they're scared. Oh my God. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. Right here. That's the card you want to see when they go into prison. This is what's going to happen. Look at it right there. Imprisonment. Restriction. They are going to be not feeling isolated. They're going to be isolated. All right. That's the card of going to prison. They are scared right now. They're in this energy because they know that they're going to prison. All right. Because they did not steal this and get away with it. All right. Bottom of the deck. This is incompletion. This is success, you know, them being able to get away with the goal, completion, accomplishment, the goal of stealing this from you and moving on. And then, you know, dying, you know, with that secret. Nobody would know that they stole this from you. Nobody would know that you was even on the will, you know, like that was their goal. So now the truth is out. You know what's going on. You could be exposing them and they are scared. Okay. They are thinking of turning themselves in. Let's pull some other cards and see what else comes out. Talk to me about turning themselves in, Holy Spirit. Okay, let me see what that is. Hold on. A cutthroat person. Okay, so this person is a very cutthroat person. That is a cutthroat person. Look what they did just to get, you know, this money or whatever was left to you. Like I said, they are ruled by materialism. They will do whatever they got to do to get that shmoney, to get whatever it is that they want. So this person is now scared that they did that. So they're going to turn themselves in. Look at that. They are going to prison because they violated probation. So for some of y'all, this person is, yeah, look, this calculated person, this cutthroat person, okay, he's coming out. They're very disgusting because, damn, calculated, cutthroat, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn. All right. They was on probation. This particular person that we're picking up on here. All right. It's a group of people. It's more than one person. But this one in particular was already on probation. So they're going to turn themselves in because they already know that they fucked up getting involved in this. What can we get with they're wearing a wire? Eight of Swords reverse. Look at that. Eight of Swords. I just showed y'all. This is the Eight of Swords going to prison. It's coming out in the reverse. Someone does not want to go to prison, so they are going to wear a wire. This is giving me that they're going to collaborate with the feds. This is not going to get them out of prison, but maybe it's going to reduce the prison time, the prison sentence. All right, so someone's going to wear a wire, and they're gonna be around their people. Okay, yeah, look, it says that things are not what they seem. Yeah, it doesn't look like this person is wearing a wire. They're gonna, secretly wear this wire. It doesn't look like this person is gonna snitch, but yeah, they're gonna throw their friends under the bus, which is great. Do what y'all gotta do. Let's wrap this shit up. Let's go. The collective wants to move on with their lives already and close out this cycle. We tired of waiting already. Like we want our money and we want to move on. So wrap it up. Let's go. Start snitching on each other. Start doing what y'all gotta do. Let's wrap this shit up. Period. Okay. All right, so let's see. Tell me more about wearing a wire. Oh my God, we got it again. Yo, this is crazy. Look, Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. The prison card. And look at it again. In prison. For some of y'all, psych ward, okay? But it's the same thing. Like, that's it. Spirit is saying this is why they're wearing this wire. Because they don't want to go to prison, but they are going to go to prison. But I'm just getting that it's going to be a short prison sentence. All right? Like, take a couple years off or something. If they cooperate, if they could, wear the wire or whatever. What can we get with, what's this? Legal contract. I was just going to ask about the legal contract. So there's a legal contract. All right. Could be with a lawyer because it says the money dried up. They cannot pay a lawyer. Give me more on this legal contract. So the money that they stole from you, it dried up. They cannot pay now a lawyer to help them. This crooked lawyer to help them get away with this. Like, that's it. There's no loopholes. There's nothing. Accept defeat. Karmics. Let's see. Tell me about this legal contract. Look, business partners. So yeah, it's just I'm getting partners. Okay, like they have a contract together. The lawyer and this person, this karmic. Oh, this karmic who's an Eastern Star. All right, so they are part of a cult. All right, that's what somebody might think that it is, a cult. Somebody might think that it's a sorority, a community, a group. All right, let's just say it's a group. Okay, it's a group of people. It's like a sorority basically. All right, so they was working together. So look, legal contract. Let's see, what's this? Receiving grandmother's Social Security payments every month after death. Okay, so with legal contract, the money dried up. This is the money that they was getting right here. They was getting this money and whatever money was, because when someone passes away, you're supposed to call and stop the Social Security payments. So it looks like they kept receiving the payments after death. And now some of that money, I guess most of it or all of it, dried up. And they cannot get a lawyer to help them out of this. It's like, again, they was not expecting all of these things to come to light. They thought they was going to be able to get away with this shit. And that's not happening. What can we get with making false reports about you? Oh my God. Yo, you cannot make this up. They made many orchestrated lies against you. Yes. False reports. Lies. Okay. A lot of lies. Okay. And they took it. Not only did they lie, but they took it to the next level and they was making reports. And look, they paid someone to delay or ignore the case. So this is someone that they was making reports about you and trying to delay whatever's going on with this case here. Okay, they have connections. They know someone who works in the courthouse, because this is somebody who has access to the case. So they could, they could just put the file all the way back, like, so that this case never gets picked up. They never, look into it or something like that. That's what I'm getting. What else, Holy Spirit? So they was making false reports. They was lying about you. This is like a smear campaign. Defamation of character. Okay, somebody has a Dodge Charger car. This could be you or somebody involved. Tell me more, Holy Spirit. An active duty Marine is involved. This could be you or somebody else. It was a bad investment. All of these things that they did, okay? They will never know peace. Absolutely. It was a bad investment, and there will be no rest for the wicked. Okay. Somebody involved is cooperating and saying the truth. You see what I said earlier? That they're going to wear a wire. They're going to cooperate. They're going to start snitching. And they're going to wear a wire around their people. All right. And try to get information. So that's confirmation with this person that is wearing this wire. We got prison coming out all across the board here. Like, that's it. Like, it's time to pick a move. Like, what you gonna do? You gonna just go to prison or what? You gonna do it the easy way or the hard way? And it's looking like someone rather do it the easy way, and they're gonna cooperate and try to get less time. They know they're gonna do prison, but they're gonna try to get less time for this. Let's see what we got with this deck. Frying pan. Trouble and accusations. So the person who was making these false reports, these accusations about you, they're gonna get in trouble. And it fell right there. That's the person who's wearing the wire. Okay, they know that this is gonna help them somehow. Well, they think that is gonna help them. Let me see what we got here. Hands. Yeah, like it's gonna give them a hand. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Confirmation. That's what I was getting. Like they think that this is gonna help them. That if they work with the feds, it's gonna be assistance for them. You see how it says here, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. You see what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Okay, so that's why they're doing this, because they need now, to try to get less time. That's something that our FEDS Spirit wants me to keep saying. Okay, we have here a change for the better. Okay, so they feel like that's going to be a change for the better for them, that they won't have to do so much time if they wear a wire and they cooperate. All right, let's see. What can we get from these cards? Well, damn. They took you off the will and they stole what was left to you with a fake will. All right. So yeah, I said earlier there was something about a will, right? So here we go. Confirmation. They left you, whoever passed away, they left you something in the will. And this loved one, they have, this could be we have grandmother. So it could be their children. It could be their daughter, their son. Maybe you are their grandchild. And one of their children, somebody didn't want you to get that money. All right. They took you off the will. And look what I said, defamation of character. That's what this is about here too. Like there's something about them lying about you, maybe trying to get the other relatives against you or something, defaming your character, like you don't deserve that money. Look, and it was a bad investment. Again, look, bad investment twice. That they did all this smear campaign shit and all this scheming and scamming for nothing. Yeah, look, family is plotting. All right, that's what happened. Your family was plotting. They was trying to maybe even try to get a POA, a power of attorney, or they had a power of attorney over your grandma. There's something here about them trying to make you look bad. To say that you are not capable or, you can't handle that money. All right, there's receipts of what they did. Someone lives or something about an apartment complex is significant. We have here, look, stolen trust fund. So again, the will, the trust fund, take it how it resonates. And they hack devices. This is someone that you are aware that they did this to you. This was part of all this campaign shit that they was doing here. Hacking your devices, invasion of privacy. For some of y'all with this apartment complex, you could have been even seeing people. All right, it's giving gang stalking, that type of shit. All right, let's keep going. Okay, we have a fraudulent marriage. So somebody, for some of y'all, that been coming out too, that they put you in a fraudulent marriage to be able to steal what was left for you. Like, this is just another one of their tactics to be able to get whatever was left to you on the will. So they put you in a fraudulent marriage. You don't even know that you married on paper somewhere. All right. They have an ordained minister that you could get the license online. All right. And that's what they did. They married you to somebody, and they was able to get this like this. A step parent or step sibling of yours is involved in this scam. This is how they took what was left to you. They was looking for loopholes. That's one of the loopholes right there. And then they also could just get a life insurance policy out on you too. Since you are married to this person, your spouse could get a life insurance policy out on you. And then all of a sudden you get sick and die. That's the plan for them. And they cash in on that. You see how it's like a double whammy. You know, like they use you completely, use you and abuse you and get rid of you after they done. That's the yeah, look, the strategy. That's the game plan. That's the blueprint. That's what these people be doing. That's the scam that they do. Look, because they left you something in that will. Confirmation. Double confirmation right here. Okay, that's what it is. That's what it is. All right. Let me see what else. All right, what can we get from here? Oh, damn. Wow, they was laundering money. Wow. So they committed fraud. And then we have here money laundering. Okay, if you like this deck, click the link in my bio. This is my What's the Scoop deck, but I got a bunch of different decks mixed in, but this card is my card. Okay, not this one. This is True Crime, if anybody likes this one. All right, so they committed fraud, and they was also laundering the money. Okay, the money that they stole from you, and we see here that the money dried up. So they was doing that. Tell me more. They committed fraud. They used your name. They signed your name, whatever they did to get whatever money was left to you. Then they laundered the money. Okay, we have here debt and neighborhood. So this is someone that they could have been in debt. And this is why they did this, and it doesn't matter. We don't give a fuck. Okay, we don't care why they did this, but that's what I'm getting with debt. And with neighborhood, this person, they could live in your neighborhood. All right, 101, 102. 02 could be significant. We do see again an apartment complex. Okay, so then we got this neighborhood energy here. Okay, I'm recording. Your phone is right there. Okay, so let's try this again. All right, so Page of Pentacles reverse, and we got a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Lack of progress, lack of planning. They wasted their time. Whatever they tried to do is not working. This is good news in the upright. You know, them being able to get away with whatever they did. In the reverse, no. And look how it says too materialistic. This is the same energy of that materialistic person that we picked up on before. All right. You could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or somebody involved is a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Tell me more. Surveillance state. So it says the state of surveillance is tightening its grip, using data as a means of control. Cultivate practices of digital discretion and be mindful of the information that you share. Okay, so I'm just getting with surveillance. You know, these people are being watched. All right, they're under surveillance. They're being watched. This could even be a hacker. The person that was hacking all your devices, they was being watched the whole time. You know, the whole time that they was doing this shit, they was being watched. All right, let's see what else. What can we get with the hacked devices? Home. So for some of y'all, these devices could have been like your cameras. Maybe the cameras that, I don't know, if you have cameras in your apartment, they could have been hacking the cameras inside of your apartment, okay, in your home to see, you know, what's going on in there with this home energy. Tell me more. Okay. What else? Okay, so Page of Pentacles is in the reverse again. So we got the same card that it was a bad investment. Okay, everything that they did, it was a waste of time. Look, it says here, lacking common sense, irresponsible, bad news in earthly matters. Okay, like the bad news is that all of these things that they did, it was being surveillance. Like all the things that they did, they thought they was watching you, but they was being watched by the feds the whole time. All right, and we have here homicide. So there's something about them. Damn, you know what I'm getting? Like they was watching you to try to unalive you. That's wild. Okay, let me see. Was the plan to unalive the collective with this homicide? Like that's why they was hacking these devices and all that, Holy Spirit? Wow, the Knight of Wands. Yes, they was gonna take action to do this. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Look at the bottom of the deck. The Five of Swords. Absolutely, y'all. Yo, this is somebody trying to win at all costs. Look at it right there. Winning at all costs. Sneakiness, bully, theft, all right, competition, upheaval. This is somebody that was willing to do this. And this could be a younger person with the Knight of Wands. They could have been paying they was probably paying somebody to do this with the Knight of Wands. All right. For some of y'all, it could have been even someone that they tried to send towards you to flirt with you, you know, to sweep you off your feet like you see here and then get the job done. All right. Wow. So yes, they was hacking your devices. You know, I feel like it's maybe like a camera or something. You know, maybe even I don't know if they could do that, the security system, because it was to get into your home to do this. Look at this right there. All right, so just don't worry, because the feds is watching everything that they're doing. They're digging themselves deeper and deeper. Okay, right here, there's receipts. There's receipts of everything that they did, everything that they planned. There's no running from this. Okay, so don't even stress it. All right, let's see what else. I'm gonna pull some locations. All right, Illinois is significant. The East Coast of the U.S. Georgia. Mississippi. Oregon, Pennsylvania. Arkansas, Maryland, Vermont, Virginia, Iowa, Kansas, Brooklyn, New York City, Montana, Iowa, and shout out to the Bronx. Okay. For those that be asking, you know, like, yeah, I used to live in the Bronx, and now I'm in Florida. Okay, living my best life. Shout out to Florida. All right, so let me pull now some names from this deck, and we'll pull names from the other one. All right, who's involved, Holy Spirit? If you see your name, this is your confirmation. They're involved. And if you see your name, there's your confirmation. There's a message here for you. If you see the karmic's name, there's your confirmation. They're involved. So pay attention. If you don't see any name, that's okay. This is just another layer of confirmation for somebody. Lily, Lorenza, Asa, Austin, Ali, Mike, Artiles, Hunter, Crystal, Ernest, June, Aisha, Gwen, V, Ashley, Sylvette, Jasmine, Cynthia, Caitlin, Nancy, Antoinette, Renee, Audrey, Sylvain, Cedric, Deanna, Frankie, Donna, Dakota, William, Angela, Wheezy, Ayani, Caesar, Tate, and Cheryl. Stacy, Kenny, Jocelyn, Bedford, Kayla, Leslie, Wiggins, Derek, Poe, Shirley, Renee, Alexis, Coleman, Greer, Garza, Tom, Price, Allen, Jim, Salguero, Vicky, Alicia, Rosa, Pierre, and Noel. Rayvon, Tyshawn, Michelle, Elijah, Emily, Jeffrey, and Ryan. One from here. Easton, Bernice, Serena, Brandon, Smalls, Maxwell, Cassie, Remy, Mitchell, Lenny, Felice, Wright, Sean, and Los. All right, y'all. So that's what I got here. I hope I was able to bring clarity and confirmation to whoever needed to receive today's message. Spiritual Court is now adjourned. Peace.